Stay tuned to see the best dish I found in the Caribbean while I was on vacation. Also, if you want to make me suffer, be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video. I just got back from my vacation to the Caribbean, and one of my favorite meals there was a jerk sausage. Probably had that as my meal about every other day while I was there. So I decided to talk to the food truck owner and try to figure out exactly how he made it. So last night I put together the sausages. I'll take you back in time to show you what I did there. First thing from our sausage, I'm using 3 pounds of tenderloin here. I should use brisket. Just get that cubed up, put it in my pan here. And then I have a 7-pound pork butt. Just kind of cut that into strips that will fit in the meat grinder. This meat grinder does a really good job. Don't need to cut it too small, just cubing it up. Once I get to where the bone is, just cut around the bone and continue cubing up the meat. And so I'm using some freeze-dried spring onion. If you can't find spring onion and you don't want to use freeze-dried, just use about twice the amount of green onion or scallion. Green onion and scallion is the same thing, just less flavor than a spring onion. Go ahead and get this dumped in here. Now we're going to add 2 tablespoons fresh ground black pepper, 3 tablespoons kosher salt, 12 freshly ground cloves, 4 tablespoons ground allspice, 1 tablespoon cinnamon, 2 tablespoons ground nutmeg, 2 tablespoons of ginger powder, 6 tablespoons of light brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of fresh ginger, and 10 cloves of minced garlic, some minced Scotch bonnet or habanero peppers to taste. Remove the stems from 15 fresh bay leaves and a handful of fresh thymes. Grind that in a grinder. This is 2 large sweet onions, or about 4 medium sweet onions. And a quick splash, maybe 2, of some white distilled vinegar. Just gonna give this a quick mix, get everything incorporated. Once everything's all mixed up, we'll get this put in the freezer for a little bit until we get the grinder out. And here we're going to go ahead and install our coarse die. Just remove the front here. Take out the fine die. Put the coarse die in. Seal everything back up. And start putting all of our meat and other ingredients through the grinder. Just keep doing this until everything's ran through. Then we'll change our die out. Okay, let's go ahead and get our die changed out to the smaller one. Change our pans over. Then run this meat through again to the smaller die, just for texture reasons. And because we're going to add moisture in later anyway, all the meat's not going to be able to make it through the die, so we'll add some ice cubes. And the ice will actually push the rest of the meat through, so we don't waste anything. Go ahead and get all of our meat into our sausage maker, 10-pound heavy-duty vertical sausage stuffer. Link in the description if you need to pick one of these up. Every couple handfuls, just give it a good punch down to remove the air pockets. Everything's put back in place. Go ahead and crank down until the meat's starting to come out the tube. Get our casings rinsed out and put on the horn here. Once we're at the end, just tie a knot in the end and start stuffing. You've seen this a million times. You can do it however you want to, 1 at a time, 2 at a time, do the entire link and then section them out afterwards. I have plenty of videos on sausage making. I'll link that playlist up in the corner for you. Once everything is all nice and cased up, we'll go ahead and get this put on some wire racks and put in the fridge for 12 to 24 hours. Bring it back tomorrow. Now that you have that, gonna go ahead and get the pellet grill started. Get it open up. See here, I have some wood splits here to block the heat from coming up directly onto the sausages. Just gonna cook them on the top rack here. Turn it on. Set the smoke. And this one has a P setting. What that does is change the amount of time between it feeding pellets. Turn that to P7 is the longest time. It's about 45 seconds between pellet feeds, so it'll be the coldest temp. Go ahead and let our grill get up to temperature here, and I'll bring the sausages out and get those cooking. Okay, we're fully up to temperature here. Gonna go ahead and get our trays put on. I'm going to go ahead and let these go for about 4 hours on the slow smoke setting. Afterwards, I'll come bump the temperature up to get these up to 165 internal, and we'll be done. So here, the P setting on 7 was not able to hold a steady temp at all. It would dip down way low, so I'm going to turn it back to the default P4 and to get the temperatures to raise back up to where they should be. Right at the 2 hour mark, we're going to go ahead and rearrange our sausages so everything cooks evenly. Just take what was on the right, put it on the left. I'm taking it off the rack just so I can flip the other ones over easily. You'll see in just a second. So we use this now empty rack, flip them over, and just put that on the other side. Close everything down. This is about 4 hours in. Everything is pretty nice and cooked. Just doing one last flip to get some smoke evenly distributed. And then we're going to be using an ice bath to chill everything down really fast. Just go ahead and throw all of our sausages directly in the ice bath. I'm going to leave a few out for tasting. And I'll bring you back for the taste. All right, let's go ahead and give these guys a snap test. It's going to be delicious. As amazing as these are, I would change 2 things about these when I remake them. First is to replace 25, maybe up to 50% of the meat with brisket trimmings instead of just straight pork for a texture standpoint. The other thing would be increase the seasoning across the board by about 25%, so increase everything but the meat and the onion. So the sellout portion of this video, I just got access to memberships, and for every membership I gain in the next week, I'll be enjoying one of these 7-pot Primo Pepper crack balls. These things are no joke. If you want to give them a try yourself, I'll leave a link in the description below for you. Before we go, Lucy smelled what's up. She wants to give it a try. While you're here, do all the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe. If you try this, let me know in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Be sure to check out this other amazing video.